Good morning, good morning. It is author Tanisha R. Franklin. I am the author of the series God Changed My Story. This is book 1 and book 2. And book 3 will be released either the end of 2024 or the beginning of 2025. I am blessed this morning and happy to wake up to see another day. I give God all the honor and the praise because He has been so good to me, but not just good to me, but to my family. And He did not have to do it. And He kept me in my right mind. I'm doing this video in my right mind. So I am truly blessed that God has blessed me to see this day. I know I did a couple videos by now, and I know a lot of people are like, okay, we go to Facebook, we don't see how to purchase your books. So my books are on Amazon. I do some of my books with as a as a published author. I do sell my books, so I will make sure I post that on today on how to contact me to get my books, or you may purchase them off Amazon if you don't see them on my Facebook page or IG page. So today I just wanted to come on here and give you a word before I go to the gym today. How about we got to stay healthy? We have to stay healthy in our bodies. We got to watch what we eat, and we got to take care of ourselves. I haven't always done that, so I'm not on here talking about nobody who don't do that. But how about if we want to stay healthy and also do what God has designed for us, we must take care of our bodies in the direction of God. And God gave me a direction a couple months ago to start working out and start eating healthy. I gave up meat about almost 2 years ago, and I am loving the journey. It makes me feel good. It actually helps my mood. Somebody told me that one day, that what you put in your body depends on how your mood is. And I was like, that's not true, but I do understand that, because when I stopped eating meat, I stopped being bloated. I stopped being irritated. So it's a lot of things. I'm not telling you to give up meat. That's something that you may need to talk to your doctor about, or it may be something that you need to direct to God. But that is what I did. So again, I don't want to get off topic. I got a couple of minutes here, and I want to get this word to you before I head off to the gym. So today, God gave me the subject of, what are you waiting on? Okay, I said, okay, Lord, what do you want me to tell your people? You said, what are they waiting on? Then, Lord, what do you want me to tell your people? He gave me Psalms 31 and 24, which reads, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your hearts, all ye that hope in the Lord. So that is a good scripture. I'm sorry, here we go. My phone's starting to beep and give me notifications, so excuse that. So it means that whatever God has given you, He will strengthen you to do. I think sometimes we get scared because God, He'll start off giving us little things, and we can do those little things, and He say, okay, I can trust you. But when He gives us something big, we begin to step back, because in our minds we think like, how I'm gonna get this done, God? We get scared. We allow the enemy to come through in our minds saying that we're not good enough to do something. And I know I keep using my books, but this is what this TikTok page is about, my Facebook page is about. It's called God Changed My Story, because God wants me to talk about my story. And if you guys have ever heard about me talk about my story on any of my podcast, on my Facebook page, or I've done a couple live interviews about it, you know that that first book took me almost 25 years to write. One, I didn't think I was worthy of it, and then two, I didn't have people encouraging me. I didn't. Nobody in my family ever wrote a book. I'm not knocking my family, but when you don't have that, they don't know, your family sometimes don't know how to encourage you to do something that they've never done, because they don't know how to do it. It wasn't until I met my husband and I told him about this big, like a lot of stuff I'm doing now, I told him about, but it was just a dream, or it was just a thought or a vision to me. God was giving it to me, but to me it was just a vision, because I'm like, ain't never been a millionaire, ain't never did this in my family that I know, my close immediate family. So I'm not saying it could be somebody down the line, I'm not saying that, but I began to just tell him this stuff, and he's like, okay, why can't you do it? And I thought to myself, like, because ain't nobody in my family ever did it, so why would I want to do it? And he began to say, okay, and you're not your family. And so I began to just, continue to write stuff down and, think about it. But it wasn't until God took me through the situation with my son where he had to push me. And I think I talked about it on my videos where God will humble you in a way that you don't want him to. And that's what he did to me. So God said, what are you waiting for? Don't allow God to humble you, because sometimes you're like, God, you just gonna have to push me. You better watch what you say, because he will push you in ways that you don't want him to. I would never have expected that my son would have tried suicide, but it did make me step out, and he got my attention. When he got my attention, he began to tell me, now you go do the things that I directed you to do. I will give you the strength to do it. Do as I told. The more you do, the more you're going to see him come out. And when I didn't do it, guess what? He started falling more. And God said, you heard me. You heard me correctly. He even sent people to remind me and give me confirmation of his word. And so I'm just saying that is that sometimes you have to just trust God and allow God to strengthen you, because you don't want to get in a position where God has to get your attention to do the things that he's asking you to do. Because if he's asking you to do that, there's some souls out here that may need to be saved. There could be like with me, I think every day I keep going, because directly God said there's people waiting on me that don't know they're waiting on me. So I had to get on here and start these videos last week. And I did start them during a time where I lost someone close to me, and maybe that's part of where God was pushing me to, because this particular person, I keep talking about her, she was ready. But it made me think of her life and said, okay, Tanisha, you got to keep moving. It made me think of my friend I lost 5 years ago, the things that she wanted to do, she didn't get to do. And so I continue to do it because I want to do it for my boys, but not only for my boys, but she had girls. I want to do it for them. I want to help them. I want to just do different things that she is not here to do for them. So just trust God in whatever it is and know that he will strengthen you. One thing is that don't be afraid to step out on faith. Walk out on faith, because the more you begin to walk out on faith, the more God is going to open doors. Like my first book, I didn't know how I was going to write it. And so God began to show me show me the book, and I began to write about it. I'm like, God, I don't have any money. It costs thousands of dollars to write a book if anybody's written a book, and published yourself. But he sent me somebody. And not only he sent me somebody, it was within my budget, but I still didn't have the money. So I had to go to God. God, okay, God, you sent me this wonderful woman. Like, she fasts, she prays, she know you. She's encouraging me. She's telling me things that she don't know about me. So I know it's you. But God, here we go again. I don't have $500 to even start this book. And God said, write it. And as I'm going through, every day I'm asking her, like, okay, you're going to send me your link? She says nothing. But she said, okay. And she gets past that, and we keep going into the book. And so my last edit with this first book, I asked her, and she said, okay, I can tell you now. She said, God told me to bless you with this first book. It's on me. And I cried, because what if I didn't walk out on faith? What if I never called her? What if I never followed up with her? What if I never did any of those things? I wouldn't have been here. That second book didn't take me no time. I went through, wrote it, and it was done in less than 7 months. But that's what I'm saying. You have to walk out on faith. When God says do something, do it. Same thing. I had to walk out on my job 4 years ago when God told me to walk out. Well, God told me to quit it. I didn't know what was going to happen. If I wouldn't have quit my job, my son probably would have killed himself. And he told me that. If I wouldn't have quit my job while you was at work, he'd be dead. If I wouldn't have not obeyed. So obey God. What are you waiting on? If he's telling you to do a business, do it. Start little. You have to start little. Look at millionaires now. They didn't start big. I'm pretty sure they had multiple mistakes before they became millionaires. Some don't even have a college degree, and some probably don't even have a high school degree. So what I'm saying here is that you must trust God in whatever God is telling you, because he knows what's in us. God knew this book was in me, and he knew the second one was. I never wanted to write a second book or a third book or a fourth book, but God knew what was going to happen. So if God gives you a vision, trust him, walk out on faith. God knows the plans he has for us. He's just waiting on us. As it states in Jeremiah 29:11, I know the plans that I have for you, said the Lord. So trust his plans. His plans are always wonderful. And my time is running up. So as always, I love you guys. Have an amazing day. Trust God and be blessed.